Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about all of my April and May favorites. We're already halfway through June, so I thought I'd just clump April and May together because I forgot about April and we're already well past May. That is today's video. As always, it's going to be a get ready with me style video, so I put on all of my favorite products and this is the completed look. So I hope you enjoy. If you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already, and let's get into it. The first product I'm going to talk about is the Phytosurgence Spectral Shine in the shade Dew of Dawn. I've been loving this for such a long time. It's actually my project pan. I'm not going to be showing you sneak peeks because I don't want to, and it looks really good and I want to keep it a secret. I've been using this highlighter as kind of like a primer and I think it makes my base look so pretty. I'll just swirl the Sigma Soft Coverage foundation brush. This is the F48 into the product, and I'll just sweep the product all over my face like this, and it just gives me this really pretty sheen across my face and this like glow from within. And it also makes my makeup last so much longer because the ingredients in this highlighter just are long lasting and help everything stay on my face for longer and look prettier for longer too. Cloud just went over the sun, so you'll get to see this base and this makeup with different lighting. Sorry about that if that bugs you, but I do use natural lighting most of the time and I can't really control how it looks sometimes, so hopefully the sun comes back out soon and you can see what this looks like in direct sunlight, but this is what it looks like with a cloud over the sun. So you can see it just gave me a really pretty sheen all over my face, and I do focus this on my nose and my cheekbones. Okay, so that is what the base is looking like with just the Phytosurgence Dew of Dawn. I don't have a favorite foundation at the moment because I'm still testing things out, so I'm just going to be using the new Fenty Beauty Soft Lit Naturally Luminous Longwear Foundation. I'm wearing the shade 250, and I wanted to show this on camera because I'm going to be using the Sigma Soft Coverage F48. I've been absolutely loving this Sigma collection, their new one. I'm really loving like almost every single brush. I think every single brush from the collection. I've been using them a ton the past couple months. They're so pretty, they're so nice. I mentioned them in my last video. I love the shape of all of them and the density. But this one here is the foundation brush. It's this really pretty like domed dense brush that spreads the foundation across the face so beautifully, and this actually reminds me a lot of all my other foundation brushes. Like I definitely have a type when it comes to foundation brushes. So that's one side with the brush versus without. There's like no streak marks or brush strokes across my face, and it applies foundation so pretty. I also like to use this for concealer as well if I'm in a pinch, but usually I'll use their concealer brush, which I'll be talking about today as well. I don't have a favorite concealer to talk about either, at least not one that I can think of, so I'm just going to use the Kulfi concealer to show you the Sigma brush and how that blends things out. Again, I love the shape of this brush. It very much resembles like a finger, so it pounces the product in really beautifully and spreads it, and is so soft, never irritates my eye, and just gets into all the nooks and crannies of my eye as well. I forgot to mention this brush is called the F72 Soft Angled Concealer Brush, and I've been using this for a couple months as well and absolutely loving it. I'm at the point where I definitely need to wash them because I feel like they just have too much product on them because I haven't washed them once in the last like 2 months since using them, which is grody, but I'm only human. But the other brush from the collection that I really want to show off too is the Soft Angled Cheek Brush. This is the F43, and this is so pretty for liquid and cream bronzers because it's dense and angled beautifully and just pounces the bronzer perfectly into like this region of my cheek. Today I'm going to be using the new Saie Dew Bronze in the shade Sand to demonstrate this brush. How easy and pretty was that? It just distributes the product so beautifully. The lighting is changing so much, sorry about that. There are two brushes from the collection that I use as blush brushes. They are the F08 Precision Powder. I've been using this one as a cream blush brush or like a liquid blush brush, and then I've been using this one over here for powder. So I'm going to be using a powder blush today, so I'll show off this one. This is the F11 Soft Sculpt, so it's a little bit fluffier and much better for powder blushes. And the blush I wanted to talk about today is the Bare Minerals Blonzer in the shade Kiss of Copper. This is such a gorgeous blush and it's going to be so perfect for the summertime. I'm really loving this. It gives me such a beautiful glow onto the cheek. It just makes me look so like peachy and sun-kissed, and I'm really loving this blush. Kind of like a blush and highlighter in one, because it does have a pretty luminous finish. Kind of gives me like a little bit of a sunburnt vibe as well. I love to bring it onto my nose. Another brush I've been loving to apply this specific blush is the Freck Beauty Stipple brush. It's just this like large stipple brush. Phytosurgence also has a brush very similar to this that I think would apply this blush really well too, and I've really been liking both of them, but specifically this one I've been using the most recently because I just got it from them. So that is the blush on this side versus without, and I'll apply this blush on this side with this brush. Okay, so that is what the blush is looking like. It's so pretty and luminous and just like summery, like a toasted peachy shade. I love that. I have two eyeshadow formulas to talk about. The first is the Clionadh eyeshadows. These I wore so much in April. I received them in April and just couldn't stop wearing them. I got so many compliments on my TikTok when I was wearing these shadows. I got compliments in person when I was wearing these, and I just was mesmerized personally by them when I would wear them. They're the most beautiful, intricate, like just magical eyeshadows. They're so gorgeous, and I love to support a small indie brand. I just have been loving these eyeshadows so much. They make makeup fun again for me, and they make adding a pop of color to my eyeshadow really easy and simple, because you just add one of these and it adds so much dimension and color to your eye look because they're multi-chrome. Just adore these eyeshadows so much, and I loved and wore them a ton. My favorite shades though are the shades Exothermic, Archway, and Incandescent. Those are the ones that I definitely wore the most. I love these so much and had so much fun playing with these. I already have a list of new ones that I want to purchase because there are just so many shades and they all have their own uniqueness to them. So yeah, I already have a running list. When it comes time, I will definitely purchase more, but for now I'm having a really good time with the ones that I already have and really enjoying the ones that I already have. I also do have a code with them. It's code Rainier for I think 6% off or some percentage off. So if you are interested in these, definitely use my code to save some money because they are a little bit pricey. The one thing that I will say about these shadows is there is a lot of fallout, and I would definitely recommend doing your eyes before your base when using these eyeshadows, because if you're not really careful, you can get a lot of sparkle just across your face and down your cheeks and stuff like that. So I would recommend using a eyeshadow primer and just being very careful, or doing your eyes beforehand. I also recommend just tapping your finger in lightly and pressing the shadow in first and then swiping it across your lids because it can get messy. But other than that, if you get some good practice with them, then you'll figure out how to use them well for you and not get it all over your face. But that's like the only thing about these that I wanted to mention, because they can be pretty messy, but it's so worth it because the eyeshadow looks that come from it are just like absolutely stunning. I won't be using these today just because they are quite messy and I kind of just want to do like a simple eye look. The other eyeshadow formula I wanted to talk about, and specifically this palette, is the Surratt Beauty eyeshadows. They're so creamy and beautiful. They are powder eyeshadows, but they're just like creamy and really smooth, really easy to apply, really easy to blend. This one that is my favorite, that is the only one that I own, is the shade Beyond Beige. It's such a good everyday palette. It looks very bleh in the pan, but once applied to the eyes, I think it gives you the prettiest everyday eyeshadow. This gives me very much like model off-duty vibes because they're so pretty. They enhance the eyes really, really well, and they're really easy to use. I've just been adoring this palette so much. This is the palette that I'll be using today. I used 3 out of the 4 shades. I don't really use this black shade because I'm not a black eyeshadow wearer. I don't really wear black eyeliner, so that doesn't get a ton of use from me, but these 3 I use like almost every time I use this eyeshadow palette. So I sweep this like taupey shade all over my lid just as my base shadow, and honestly this shade alone is so pretty and I use a lot just by itself if I'm in a rush. The things that I like the most about this eyeshadow palette are this shade here that I'll be using in a second, and just how easy they are to blend. It's very quick. This is definitely for the everyday eyeshadow wearer because you don't have to really think about it, or maybe if you're someone who's not really good at applying eyeshadow like myself, this is such a great palette to start off with or just own. So that is that shade all over the eyes. That is the shade Beige. And then I'll go in with this shade here, and I like to use this tiny little brush. This is actually also a favorite. This is the Morphe M562. It's just this tiny little fluffy brush, and I put that into the shade Curve, and I focus that on the outer corner of my eye and sweep it into my crease. And then I'll take this shade here. This is the shade Satin Salmon? Satin Salmon? I'm not sure. And I'll just tap that into the middle. Just a very classic eyeshadow look. And finally, I'll take the shade Curve again and put that on my lower lash line. And that's the eye look. It's really simple, really easy, and it's also really pretty. I think it's so good for every day. I also really love the shade Curve, this one, just all over the lid. Just swept completely all over the lid and then on the lower lash line. To complete this eye look, I'm going to be using the Surratt Beauty mascara as well. This is the Noir Lash Tint. This is such a gorgeous mascara, and this is also the weirdest mascara I've ever used in my entire life. I'm not sure how many of you have actually seen this mascara, but it is so weird. It's just this little stick. It's just like this metal screwdriver stick thing. I don't know. Surratt knows makeup so well because I freaking love this stuff. It is so pretty and so fun to use too. I'll show you one lash with it and one lash without. It is so incredibly easy to get right down to your lash line, which is one of my favorite things about this because I have a hard time getting right at my lash line because some brushes are just way too big for my smaller eyes, but this makes it so easy and just like fun. I don't know, it makes it really fun to apply. It also adds really pretty length, really pretty volume. I don't know how they came up with this as an applicator, but it's ingenious. And it makes it really easy to do the lower lash line as well. Okay, so that is one eye done with a mascara. Isn't that so gorgeous versus without? It's so beautiful. They really did that with this mascara. It's also so small and so easy to pack. The tube itself is just teeny tiny. This mascara also holds a curl really well. It doesn't smudge or flake on me whatsoever. Look at the length and the volume. It's just so gorgeous. Absolutely loving this so much. These two together, really these 3, because I'm also going to be talking about another Surratt product for my brows. These 3 together, the most beautiful eyes. Okay, so this is their brow product. This is also a very weird product. I talked about this in my last video, but it's essentially a toothbrush applicator. It is so funky. They have the funkiest little applicators, but it works so well, and I think is so weird. And I really like applying my brow gel with this because it's so fun, but it also just does a great job. It gives me really pretty fluttery, feathery brows. Have you all been seeing the brow blindness trend on TikTok? I think it's so funny. I do worry that I am brow blind sometimes, but to be honest, these are also just my natural brows, and I just naturally have very thick, bushy brows. It's the Filipino in me. I can't help it. So I'm like, even if I am brow blind, that is just naturally what my brows look like, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it because it's just me in my absolute natural state. I am thinking about thinning my brows out though, and also like cutting the end off. I kind of want straighter eyebrows. Okay, so those are the brows. They just look very feathery and pretty, and this holds my brows up pretty well too. I will say this isn't like the most stronghold brow gel that I have, but it is very good. So those are the eyes all done. I think this is such a pretty, very me eyeshadow eye look in general. It brings out my brown eyes. It's just very complimentary to my skin tone and my preferences. I think it's just so pretty. Moving on to lips, I believe. So there are two lip products that like lip prep products that I want to talk about, and then I have a handful of just like basic lip products to talk about. The first is the Typology Peeling Acid 2% Enzyme product. This is just like a chemical exfoliant for your lips, and this is so nice. I prefer this over like a physical exfoliant for the lips, like a lip scrub or something like that, because I feel like lip scrubs are just a little bit too rough for me sometimes, and this is so nice to put on at the end of the night and then put a lip balm over, and then the next morning you just have really soft, supple lips. I think this is genius as well. The packaging is beautiful, and I've just really been enjoying using this, and I think it's very effective. So this has been a big favorite of mine. I definitely prefer this over a lip scrub, although a lip scrub is still very nice and I will use those regularly too. I just think this is such a great alternative. It's really nice and not too abrasive or like intense. It's not as messy. It feels like a more luxurious lip scrub experience without scrubbing your lips. It's a lip exfoliant experience that's pretty luxurious. So have been loving this and really think this does a good job. And then this has been my favorite lip mask as of late. This is the Klavuu Nourishing Care Lip Sleeping Pack, and this is K-Beauty. This is so nice. I love the texture. It is nice and thick and just like creates this beautiful pillowy blanket over your lips that just makes them feel so supple and works really well and smells good. Kind of smells like vanilla. I love the texture. It actually keeps my lips hydrated throughout the night when I put this on right before bed. And I think it has helped tremendously with my chapped lips and my dehydrated lips over the past couple months. So I've been really loving this. This has to be one of my all-time favorite lip masks that I've tried. A lot of them are just okay to me, but this one just stuck out because I love the texture, I love the smell, I love how it actually moisturizes and hydrates my lips. It just feels really nourishing on the lips as well. Have been loving this, have been using this basically every single night in my nighttime skincare routine as my lip mask before I go to bed. And it has kept my lips supple. I have a couple of lip liners to talk about. I also talked about these in my last video, but I just wanted to shout these out again because I've been loving them so much, and the shades are just gorgeous. They are really creamy, but they last a long time on the lips. They really do not budge. I swatched them on my arm earlier and I used soap and water to remove them and they just were not coming off. I had to scrub my arm. So I would definitely recommend these if you want a long-lasting lip liner that's still creamy. So there are two shades that I've been loving, the shade 3 Tempt and the shade 4 Uncover. I'll swatch both of them so you can see what they look like. This is the shade 3 Tempt. This is kind of like a peachy rose shade on me, and I'll show you this with another favorite of mine, which is the Naturium Phyto-Glow lip balms, the like cafe collection. I love all four of them. These are such beautiful lip balms, lip glosses. They do have like a lip gloss type finish, but they feel like a really thick, nourishing lip balm. So this is the shade Latte on top of 3 Tempt. This gives like a very pretty like nude lip for me, for my skin tone. That is what that combo looks like. I think that's so gorgeous. Lighting change again. You'll just get to see what this makeup looks like in all types of lighting, I suppose. This is not the best lighting. I feel like I'm not as cute as I could be in this lighting, but this is real life, ain't it? Another shade that I love with this lip liner is the shade Chai. I think this combo is gorgeous as well. I love how like grippy and plush these lip balms are. And then the other shade that I've been loving is the shade 4 Uncover from the Hourglass lip liners. This is a bit deeper and a little bit more like brown, red, terracotta-y. And paired with this one, I love the deeper shades of the Naturium Phyto-Glow Lip Balm. So the first one I'll show you is the shade Spice. So this is the shade Spice. It's a little bit more reddy, burnt red, terracotta, like I mentioned. So gorge. And then the shade Mocha. This is the deepest lip combo of the four of them, and I think this is so stunning. It's very like 90s lip in my opinion, and yeah, I love this combo as well. I love all four of those so much, and they pair really, really well with so many different lip looks and lip liners. Again, they have the shades Latte, Chai, Spice, and Mocha. And I think the packaging is just gorgeous too. So that has been a big favorite. The other product I want to talk about is the Milani Fruit Fetish lip oils. These ones right here. I can't find the other shades that I have. I know I have them somewhere, but I use these so much that they're probably like strewn about the house or in one of my purses or something like that. I actually had to go looking for both of these because I use them so much. These are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. They do remind me more of a lip gloss than they do a lip oil, but everything is being called a lip oil right now. I don't know why. These are definitely more glossy than they are lip oily. I love them. They smell incredible. They smell so fruity and amazing. Let me show them on the lips. So the first shade I have is Lychee Nectar. Do you say lychee or lychee? I've always said lychee. Even when I was like really little, I said lychee. But now I think you're supposed to say lychee. Let me know in the comments down below. But this is the shade Lychee Nectar. It's more of like a light mauve-y pink. These smell so good. They kind of remind me of the smell of like lip smackers when you were younger. So it's very strong, very fruity. If you're not into that, I don't think you would like the scent of these. But that's the finish. Definitely like a glossy, beautiful finish. Love. They also just hydrate the lips beautifully and feel amazing. The next shade that I have is the shade Blackberry Agave. These are 100% those type of lip products that you throw into your purse and you just wear throughout the day. They don't leave your purse and they stay there forever because they're such amazing purse products. They smell good, they taste good, they look good, they feel good. So I've been adoring these so much for the past couple of months as well. I think they're so pretty and I love, love, love these. Packaging is also gorgeous. So those are all the makeup products that I wanted to talk about. And I have one skincare product, one nail product, and one hair care product to talk about. I'll start with skincare. This is the Prequel Gleanser Non-Drying Glycerin Cleanser for face and body. You get this huge bottle, which is 13.5 fluid ounces, which is incredible. It has the National Eczema Association stamp of approval. So it is accepted by them, which me as a skincare eczema girly loves to see because I have sensitive skin and anything that has that stamp gives me some peace of mind. This is a gorgeous cleanser. I love mostly using this on my face. I have used it a couple times on my body, but I have been usually using it just for my face. And it's this really like silky, almost like snail mucin-y type texture, like thicker, but it has that like silky kind of snail mucin-y type texture. I don't know how to explain it. It is so beautiful. It's very gentle and I feel like it cleanses my face really well without stripping it and feels kind of moisturizing as well. I love a moisturizing face wash or something that's not going to like make my face feel really, really dry. I'm really loving so many things from this brand. I'm excited to like continue using more things from them because I just think that they are for the everyday person. They're not like a cash grab. They just care. Like I feel like this brand actually cares about people's skin and their skincare. They're not trying to like just make a quick buck off of everyone because they'll give you like this huge bottle and it's actually really, really good product inside too. I've just been loving this brand in general and specifically this one. They also offer a ton of like eczema friendly skincare and sensitive skin friendly skincare as well. So this has been a huge favorite. If you've been thinking of picking this up, I def recommend because it's just such a good staple. The nail product I want to talk about is the Manicurist. This is their Green Revolution nail kit. This is not gel nails. I think it's just like blue LED light nails, so it's not as bad for your nails, but it lasts a really long time without having like gel on your nails or like bad UV on your nails either because it uses blue LED. So basically you get a base coat and then you have a top coat, and then they have a ton of fun colors in their shade range. So these are some of the ones that I have. My favorite is this brown shade. It takes like maybe 15 minutes to do your nails with these. I personally hate going to the nail salon because it creeps me out. I have eczema on my hands, so my hands get so irritated after going to the nail salon. I'm so scared of getting MRSA. They usually like cut me and I start bleeding, or I don't know, I just really don't enjoy getting my nails done. I know a ton of people do. It's just personally not for me. I just like get creeped out by it, and there's so many things I don't like about it. I also don't like getting my feet done. I would do that before I got my actual like fingernails done, but I don't really like either, and it's so expensive, and I'm just never like fully satisfied with it, and I'm just like during the entire experience, if that makes sense. But this is such an amazing alternative because it takes like 15 minutes to do at home. It lasts such a long time and it doesn't destroy your nails, which is amazing. So as I was saying before, I painted my nails before I went to Mexico, and they lasted throughout a beach vacation and looked incredible at the end. If I have videos, I'll post them here to show you what they looked like before and after the vacation. I just love this set so much, and I think I can't go back to anything else because this is so good, so satisfactory. It gets the job done and it does it well. I don't know, I love this set. I love the idea of this, and it just works. I also have a code with them. It's Nails Rainier for I think 20% off, which is really, really nice. I really want to get some more shades from them too with this set because they're so pretty. They also have regular nail polish. I'm wearing one of them right now. It's just like this really pretty sparkly clear shade. It is called All in One. This is just their regular nail polish that I put on top, and it's just this like really pretty shimmery clear shade. But yeah, I love this so much. You can buy the whole kit and it comes in this little bag, and it gives you everything you need. It gives you the base coat, the top coat, the like LED light thing for your nails because it uses LED, it doesn't use UV, and then it also gives you like a nail polish remover and stuff. I actually invited my best friends over to do their nails with me using this set, and my best friend Letty loved this so much that she ended up buying a set for herself, and her mother-in-law also bought a set for herself because she was so impressed by it. So it is tried and true from the people closest to me and their mother-in-laws. So I just love this. It's called Green Flash LED nail polish. And then the final product I want to talk about is a hair care product, or hair tool rather. This is the Main It's Giving Body Hot Thermal Round Brush. This is the larger one. I have both of them. I've only really used this one. It's the blue one. And this makes my hair look so pretty and so healthy. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll actually use it on camera right now so you can see. Please disregard the mess behind me. I'm usually so zoomed in so you don't see any of that, but I gotta do it for this example. So you just press on. Oh, I have to plug it in first. So you press on, and it takes like, I think only really a minute to heat up. You do have to use this hair tool on dry hair. Okay, so it's heated up. Okay, so this is what my hair looks like right now. I just blow dried it dry, and I will just brush through like this. I'll do one side of my head and show you what it looks like compared to the other. And it is so quick and easy to do my hair with this, and I love the results every time. It does have a little bit of a learning curve because I did tangle my hair up in this a couple times when I first got it, but it is really quick to use and not too hard to learn after you get past that small little learning curve. And I think my favorite thing about this is it just makes my hair really shiny. And I'm not someone who really likes curling my hair, but this is basically curling my hair. It's just a lot easier and doesn't look as like put together as curled hair. I feel like this one looks a little bit more effortless than curled hair. Like a really pretty everyday blowout type look. Okay, so that is half of my hair done. That took like 5 minutes or less, and it just looks really pretty and like flowy and bouncy and very healthy as compared to this side. This side just looks like a little drab, a little boring, a little flat. And this side, she's fun, she's flirty, she's bouncy, she's healthy, she's shiny. So yeah, I've been loving this. It's so easy to use and gives me really good results. I feel like I am a low maintenance, high maintenance type of person after talking about the nails and this product, because I like to look like I tried without actually trying that hard. And I feel like the nail product and this hair product are perfect for those things because it's quick and easy but gives me really good results. So yeah, I love that. I'm gonna be right back after I finish this side so I can show you the finished product. Okay, so this is the hair all done. And I just feel like it looks so pretty and so put together, and like I definitely tried, which is kind of the vibe that I'm going for. I just want people to be like, she tried, you know? Anyway, I think it's so pretty and I love how my hair looks. I feel like it frames my face really beautifully and it was so quick and easy. Yeah, I love this so much and have used it a ton, more than any other hair tool that I own since receiving it. So had to talk about this because it's been so useful to me and it just does the job so well. Those were all of my April and May favorites. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about any of the products, please let me know in the comment section down below, and please let me know what all of your favorites were this last couple of months. I would love to hear about them, or if you have any recommendations, I would love to see them down below as well. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!